Caleb Sean. I am from Oak Cliff, aka Dallas, Texas. That's my hood. And I'm a follower of Jesus because I love him. He's amazing. And you are watching Dare2Worship TV. You know, when I think about Dare to Worship, I think about, man, you know what? There are sometimes situations that you might be in where your worship just changes everything. It changes the environment. Your worship changes those around you. It affects your day-to-day life. So when I think of Dare to Worship, I think, man, this is something that I need, I live, I have to do this because it could be the thing that will change someone else's life, not just my own. So when I'm worshiping, it's my devotion to the Lord, but it can also be something that can impact those around me. So we get stereotyped as being, you know, alcoholics, but males, we get stereotyped as being womanizers, you know, drug abusers, all that stuff like that. And it's very unfortunate that sometimes it's true. To just be honest, if I can be real, but that's not the standard. That's not full out. That's not what's really happening in the full spectrum of the representation of every artist in the world. Once you see the reality of the difficulties of the different directions that the industry can pull you in, you have a decision to make. Everybody has a decision to make. Everybody has a decision to make. And so it's a challenge to all of us artists and musicians to just be intentional and be like, you know what? I'm not going to walk a path that's not pleasing to God. It's a daily thing. And I think even with Dare to Worship, you have to be like, you know what? I'm going to dare to go against the grain. I'm going to dare to go against what everyone else is doing right now. Everyone else is being involved with, you know, drugs and this, that, and the other, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the hang up is that, you know, that you might see a whole lot of others doing. And you say, you know what, I have to dare to be different. And it's that's been one of my struggles, if I can be transparent, because sometimes I never felt like I was accepted by my peers, because when people would go off to do certain things, I wouldn't go with them. And so I always would find myself being like, I don't really have a crew, you know, or I have a bunch of friends because I'm friendly to people and I love people, but I would kind of find myself being like, man, I don't really fit in any of these categories. But the truth of the matter is that God has called us to be anointed and set apart and to be different. So, you know, for me, it's like I said, it's a constant everyday grind of being intentional about being in the presence of the Lord and seeking his face every day. Because to be honest, if I didn't have my lifestyle of worship, then I would I would most definitely end up in another path. And I'm not perfect. I've made many mistakes and I've done plenty of things that I might look back and say, oh man, I wish I hadn't done that. But the truth of the matter is that you're being intentional in your heart. That's what God looks at. At the end of the day, he wants to know, where is your heart, you know? And so my heart is for the Lord. My heart is to be intentional as much as I can every day, because my worship is what carries me through. It's what strengthens me. It's what allows me to be in the environment, you know, where if I may not be in a gospel or Christian environment, if I'm in a more secular environment where people are doing things that I might not agree with or kind of living a way that I might not agree with, my worship is what helps strengthen me. The Lord strengthens me through worship to be a light and to be able to be strong. And the Holy Spirit is active in my life in a totally different way than when I'm just to myself or just kind of reserved where I don't spend time in worship. So thank you for watching Dare2Worship TV. I am Caleb Sean, and I dare you to worship.
Jesus, I love you. I love you. Jesus, holy and anointed one, Jesus.
That's so funny.